We're back at it again with another Battlefront update. As we learned from the last video, November is going to be a dry month for content, due to EA most likely wanting to give Jedi Fallen Order all the attention for the consumer. With that said, there's always going to be some kind of news when it comes to a game with a live service like Battlefront 2. And that remains true here, as we've recently been given news of what content will be coming with the November update in December, such for example new reinforcement skins, new quality of life improvements, and along with that we'll also be going over some of the new changes implemented in Capital Supremacy. And before we get into any of that, a quick reminder, as if you do like these type of videos, then do remember to give it a like and show your support for not only this update series, but also the content within it. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Starting off, let's quickly go over the new changes that have been made to Capital Supremacy recently. In the last couple of weeks, we've already seen DICE actively tweak out the mode to try and address some of the problems people have been having with it. Whether it be reactors taking too long to destroy, long boarding times, basically things taking longer than they should and thus prolonging the mode, it's important to say that's what's being changed around. As last week, DICE notably lowered the health of the final objectives down from 5,000 to 3,000, and that alone has already got a positive reaction from the player base. But it's clear DICE is far from done. With Capital Supremacy being Battlefront 2's new flagship multiplayer mode, they know more work is needed to be done in order to have players be happy so they can keep playing it. According to Ben Walk, DICE's ultimate goal for Capital Supremacy is to make the games last much shorter in time. Because we've all been there, you've joined a game and in some rare cases you could still be playing 2 or more hours later. I myself played a game once that lasted over 3 hours long, while I even heard some cases for people being in games that last almost 6 hours long. Yikes. Listen, I love the mode, but really, who's got time and the patience to play in a game, let alone a mode, for that long? Fortunately, DICE has been busy looking for new ways in which they can make the games of Capital Supremacy not only shorter, but shorter on a regular basis. And the changes they've made recently are as follows. Reduce the HP of final objectives, now it's 2,000, was before 3,000. Increased overtime, now 10, was before 5. Increased base time, now 360, was before 300. Increased bonus time, now 180, was before 120. And reduced boarding time, now it's 30, was before 45. Also, keep in mind that all these tweaks have been made server-side, so no actual patch is needed to download. All in all, no major changes like before, such as introducing different objectives, changing the place of objectives, or introducing new ways of dealing with the objectives. Rather, a simple decrease of the timer needed to do some things, and hopefully that alone will help us avoid the crazy game time seen in Capital Supremacy. Although I personally still would like to see DICE try and tackle the final objective phase in the future, as lowering the health or increasing the timers doesn't reduce the over-congestion around the target seen with the always present choke points. And that's always going to be an issue with 40 players running around a few tight hallways. Having just one objective is too crowded and way too easy for the defending team to hold down their position. In my honest opinion, I would much rather want to see DICE open up again the 2 final objectives like we had in Capital Supremacy at release. That way only needing to destroy one side to win the game. This will remove congestion and free up the play a bit, along of course with the recent decrease in timers that we've seen, and well yeah, then we should surely see quicker games happen. I know some people may be against that, but that's really the only way I can see DICE realistically deal with this issue without having to go actually and change the map. To which we know that they don't have the time to do that, and not to mention it would require more than the server-side update to do so. Unless anyone else has a better idea, then definitely throw it down in the comments section below. I know DICE developers do watch these videos, so I think it would be fantastic to see maybe an idea or two from someone here make it into the game, and bring a valuable change to Capital Supremacy that will benefit everyone involved. Next, if you've been an active player in co-op mode, then you'll definitely know where I'm going with this. But recently there has been a bug that has affected that mode, and basically reverted DICE's change from the October update. What I'm referring to is the number of players needed to start a game. The last update we had made it to where you only needed 2 players to start, and that was amazing news for co-op, as it didn't require long wait times and you could easily get into a game of co-op with a buddy whenever you wanted. Unfortunately, this new bug has reverted that change and now requires you 4 players again to start a game. Although it should be noted that this bug doesn't always appear the same way. Sometimes it will only prompt you for 4 players after an existing game of co-op has ended, while other times it will straight up ask you for 4 players when attempting to play your first co-op game. Obviously, no one is happy with this, and Benwalk has alerted the community that DICE will be investigating this bug. Whether a fix for this could be applied via server side or a hotfix patch is needed, well, that is unknown at this time. Of course, it goes without saying that a server side fix would be most preferable, as a hotfix patch would require more time in creating and deploying. As always, I'll keep you updated on anything new we hear on this story. As for the news of the November update that is happening in the first week of December, we recently have been given some news of what that update will contain and how much. Benwalk tweeted about this, saying that progress is going well on the next update. New reinforcement skins are looking great, some nice quality of life features on the way, and then made a joke about their office pinball machine. Oh, and yeah, underneath that, he left an image of Rex and Fives, 2 ARC troopers. Suffice to say, this has led to a lot of speculation on what the new reinforcement appearances will be. Seeing as we last had the new appearances for the BX Commando droids leak out, which by the way do look great and some neat additions to the game, then I think it's very possible that along with them we'll also get new ARC Trooper skins. This is considering as both the BX and ARC Troopers came out at the same time, then it would make sense to release new skins for them at the same time too, because it would be odd to get new skins for the BX Commando droids and not for the ARC Troopers. Not to mention, Ben's tweet having an image of ARC Troopers may also serve as a potential hint or tease toward this as well. As for how much reinforcement skins we'll get, then Ben has revealed that we should expect more than 3 skins. I'll just go ahead and round that up to 4, as he does say more than 3, but at the same time we don't know exactly how much more he could be referring to. Could be 5, 6, or more than that, but I doubt it. So to be safe, we'll just say that we'll be getting 4 new reinforcement skins minimum. And yeah, 4 sounds about right. Especially if we count those leaked BX Commando droid skins, then that's already 2 out of the 4 skins that we should be getting. And if the BXs are getting 2 skins, then I'd imagine the ARC Troopers would also be getting 2 skins as well. Making of course 4 skins in total, yeah, it all works out. As for what those supposedly 2 ARC Trooper skins will look like, then we have no idea. Those unfortunately haven't been leaked out like the BX skins have, so we can only really speculate here. Now there's certainly a lot of different canon ARC Trooper appearances DICE can go for, and I'd love to see an ARC Trooper with a blue layout as an option. They could easily take existing ARC appearances like Fives or Echo and tweak them out a bit to make a new original design. Kind of like in the same vein they did for the default ARC Trooper skin in the game, which is based off of Commander Colt's skin, but yet still unique. Now some people have been a little too optimistic in assuming that maybe we'll get a straight up Fives or Captain Rex skin. And that's mainly because they want them in the game and they showed up in Ben's tweet, so why not, right? Well, actually no, Ben has squashed this by stating DICE will not be doing character-specific appearances. So that means no 5 or so Captain Rexes, Echoes, or whatever running around on the battlefront, which I do think is a very good decision. Much like I said before, sure, they can make designs inspired by those characters, but not straight up copy and paste them as it wouldn't look right. So maybe we'll get a skin that is inspired by Fives' appearance, but it not being 100% the way Fives looks like, and I'm perfectly fine with that. As for the quality of life features coming in that update, then I'm pretty sure it will include the era selector that Ben had talked about before. that was originally set to come in the November update in November. And unfortunately, due to DICE cutting out content from that update like new reinforcements for the original trilogy, then players will have to wait for the December update dropping later that month if they want new reinforcements, which of course those will be sequel trilogy specific only. Lastly, while this isn't in-game news, it's still Battlefront 2 related and kind of interesting, but Hasbro has recently announced that they will be releasing a heavy battle droid figure inspired from Battlefront 2 and their Black Series lineup. Next to the Inferno Squad agent, we haven't seen very much figures or merchandise like this come out based off of Battlefront 2, so this was a pleasant surprise to hear about. If anything, I'd assume this may not be the last time we'll be seeing something from Battlefront 2 come out in figure form, especially if some of the unique reinforcement designs we'll soon be getting. But that'll do it for this Battlefront update. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.